So I'm going to display it, but how did the rest of the humanoid robots die when she just fell from space and apparently is going to survive? Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of Apocalypse Hotel. We have a number of comments, we have notes. What we don't have is a board. I mean, obviously, we have a board link below where you can see what the board was last week, but there was no new characters introduced last week, and there's been no change in character relationships, so there's really nothing to display on that board. Let's go ahead and go into comments first, though. We got OLEB23 from Tradition Evolves with Innovation and Experimentation. Turns out it's another of the cygames funded insane comedy series rather than a dark series explaining robot mortality. Probably. Mind you, this comment comes from episode 1, so I guess either OLEB has been watching the show on their own and knew, or guessed from episode 1 what was going to happen. Although I will say, episode 1 is the one that I feel like lives up most to the idea of the trailer, which is to say, this was going to be a dark show, but turned out not to be. I think episode 2 was the one that kind of like, we kind of go down that hill. In fact, I think I'll respond to this comment with my first note. Just as a note, cygames is a studio where I've seen a number of their trailers in the seasonal anime review, but they've never won. Before we started doing the stone-faced reactions thing, I had seen Zombieland Saga, though I'll admit that I never finished it. That's really the limit of my knowledge of their previous works. Also, we had Fail Fisher, same episode. I like this episode's depiction of an amicable interaction between two characters, even with the language barrier, and their lack of comprehension of each other's actions. That's right. It's actually a Phil Fisher's comment now that reminds me that this isn't episode 1, this is episode 2. In episode 2, as I just... that whole thing. I'll say that episode 2 doesn't fully get away from the idea that this could be a dark show. It just introduces the idea of aliens that we can't communicate with. At the same time, it does feel like now, in hindsight, the introduction of things not going the way that I anticipated from the trailer. But I mean, yeah, it was that was a good thing. To Phil Fisher's comment, the idea that aliens are alien, right? And they try their best. Alright, to the rest of my notes then. I guess the guest summoning assembly is something that's developed over time. Certainly it's not something we've seen from the hotel before, and not in the last 150 years of the Tanukis being here. Either way, I guess indicating towards their ability to become more creative. That or take on superstitions. It's very odd that they mention the Arecibo message, as I assume they were referring to the Arecibo Observatory, which used to get leased out by SETI to search for evidence of extraterrestrial life. I say it's odd because the Arecibo Observatory was decommissioned due to collapse and was declared that it would not be rebuilt. And not for nothing, this isn't like all of their other current operations where they've just built an entire thing. The Arecibo Observatory, while also being massive, is, well, not on the other side of the world, but it's like in South America, I think. So, across the largest ocean on Earth. I don't think you would just do that off screen. The satellite plan was fairly obvious as something that was going to happen. The owner had a list of like 2 things left to do, and we accomplished one in the same episode where the list was introduced. Obviously, I'm against Ponko's idea, even though the show is likely going to make it necessary in upcoming episodes, no doubt. She is correct that they are defenseless, but they are also just a small group on a planet that the rest of civilization, and by civilization I mean alien civilization, thinks is a backwards nowhere. Putting weapons into space just invites attack from others, I would think. Also, a rod from God is very much the nuclear option when it comes to threat response. There's no way to respond in equal measure to a nuke. Say a hostile force lands outside the hotel, and you want them to go away, and they won't listen. Rod of God yourself in the face? Like I said, it's not proportional. Even if Ponko's argument wasn't about Yachio sounding like a robot, accusing them of sounding that way because they disagree with you is a nothing argument to start with. The fact is that Yachio could have their own thoughts in their head, and the desire to uphold the hotel's rules could be that desire. Just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean they aren't also doing what they want to do. Great, Ponko, you convinced the AI to arm itself. I'd say Terminator situation, but there are no humans left for Skynet to kill. I suppose more like the Great Sky River, a favorite sci-fi book of mine where machine intelligence propagates the galaxy and biological life is oppressed by it. It's a great series of books, highly recommend. My incredulity is now stretched for the fact that they could create a space program, but couldn't fix any of the robots in the basement. We could bring back everyone that we lost in the first 100 years, and somehow that isn't a priority? So, plus 70 years to my calculation, that'd mean 320 years since humanity left. To Yachio, last episode, that would be 470 years. I expect her at some point to tell me it's been 1,000,000 years. I have no idea anymore. I suppose, good news, the error messages that pop up from Yachio's spacewalk all say the same thing. Error in the optical sensor's calibration, which would seem to imply that she's gone blind from the flare, and not that she's been completely shut down by it like an EMP pulse might have done. Either way, she references seeing the Earth right after, so must have been an easy fix. And lastly, final note, once again, stupid bonus mission stuff. So the robots have an explosive device to be unlocked? Great. Either way, the concern is that while Yachio can float in space forever, she does have a limited battery, as was covered in previous episodes. No doubt she could be recovered though and powered up again. But yeah, those are my notes. I guess the unsaid note is the fact that this is episode 8. A bunch of websites, when I first started this, said that this was going to be an 8-episode run. Now a bunch of them are saying this is going to be a 12-episode run. I'm assuming this is going to be a full-on 12-episode run. So, as I said, we're just going to continue on as though it was always going to be a 12-episode run. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, now they super really armed themselves. Okay, they just didn't recover her. She's lost to us. Okay, so repair guy is now Nancy. Oh, I didn't realize she was older. Okay, so it became a full operational alien hotel. I was going to point out the robots all seem a lot dirtier and worn. Okay, for a moment I thought they were going to change the intro, and it was going to be Ponko dancing down the stairs. I don't know what to think about this. Like, how long does it take Ponko to grow that old? Because conceivably, we've experienced 150 years of her life where she didn't grow up at all, and now she's like fully adult. Like, also, who's been upkeeping the robots? I guess technically no one ever, because it didn't feel like they ever had anybody to maintain them. I would have thought if anybody could, it would have been Yachio, as the only one with human fingers. I guess maintenance robot could do it, but he seems to like building maintenance. I don't think they would have killed Yachio to make Ponko the lead character all of a sudden. Especially when Yachio is the main character in the opening. I'm gonna say, right now, before we get back into the show, either dream sequence or Yachio is gonna be carried back to the hotel by an alien. I'm very upset that they didn't build another rocket in the last however many years. Yeah, a long time. It took her a long time to grow into an adult. But also infinite amount of paper, as I mentioned.
やちおちゃん、お客さん来てくれてるよ。人類はまだだけど、立派なホテルにするからね。防衛システム。どうしたの？どっかの宇宙船じゃなくて、ワークインのお客さんかも。画像もっとはっきり見えない？しょうがない。ギャラクティカポコリオット発送演技ミサイル発射準備。
How are you going to invite aliens and then prepare to shoot every one of them down that comes your way? Also, we have made some advancements in rocketry compared to what we lost Yachio in.
見せて。え？やっちゃうじゃん。バーテンちゃん、ミサイル中止。
Yeah, self-destruct. I mean, Yachio has a self-destruct device. How did the missile not happen? There we go. She's gonna be falling at terminal velocity, yeah. I mean, this is not a turn that I thought the show was gonna make.
このロボットたちにはすでに各部門の知識がプログラムされています。学習時間などは一切必要ありません。
Okay, flashback. I was confused. Thought we were repairing them, but we didn't see any of the other robots get repaired.
私はこれから君たちが働くホテル銀河楼のオーナーだ。よろしく。よろしくお願いいたします。君たちはこれからその学習したデータを生かしてさまざまなお客様を迎えおもてなしをする。お客様はきっと喜んでくれるだろう。
I'm being very upset. I feel like I'm already really upset.
何が足りないのですか?
それはね、おもてなしの心だよ。
Not about this part. This part's fine.
心ですか?
ああ、そうだ。ホテリエたちの仕事には心が通っている。それはいろいろな出来事を経験する中で培われたことだ。教えられたことじゃない。ロボットたちにも同じことが言えると思うんだ。 先輩ホテリエの仕事をその目で見て体験していくことで心を通わせるとはどういうことかを理解し、おもてなしの心を
How did the rest of the humanoid robots die when she just fell from space and apparently is going to survive?
さあ、いよいよここからだ。このホテルのオーナーは私だが、ここを価値あるものにしてくれるのは君たちだ。ここがどんなホテルになっていくのか、今から楽しみでしょう。
I mean, unless episode 8 really is the final episode, and this is just her life passing before her eyes before she actually dies.
ハートフルな京都、最高の笑顔を。こちらがお部屋の鍵でございます。
ご案内いたします。
ごゆっくりおくつろぎください。お姉ちゃん、水槽のお魚見てたらママがいなくなっちゃったの。
I mean, legitimately, we just saw you with her.
探してみましょ
Where
う。
the hell did she go?
いました。
Oh,
いらっしゃいましたよ。
her memory's getting corrupted.
世界各国で確認されている正体不明のウイルス。今後も感染拡大が懸念されておりますが、確実性のない情報によってにならないよう冷静な判断と行動を
Oh,
心がけてください。
ECR.
こんなことになってすまない。だが心配するな。私はすぐ帰ってくる。その時までホテルを頼んだ。
Again, I want to believe he's up there in like a cryopod or something.
任せてください。
How the fuck did this guy die? Again, if she could fall from space and still... Again, I just might just be getting upset about something that hasn't even happened. Have they been broadcasting for her the whole time? Nope, I'm upset. I'm fucking upset.
おはよう、やちおちゃん。
You better show me that you fixed all the other robots too.
あなたは誰だ？ポンコさんですね。なんでわかったの？網膜認証、声紋認証を行いました。びっくりするかと思ったのに。ポンコさんは生命体ですから、成長されるのはおかしいことではありません。びっくりするとすれば、むしろ私の体ですね。このボディは一体。
Maybe I'm less upset now.
おかえり、やちおちゃん。
Okay, never mind. Perfectly showing that they cannot repair the robots. She did the best she could.
私はどれくらいシステムダウンしていたのでしょう。行方不明だった間のことはわからないけど、墜落して戻ってきてからはだいたい50年くらい。
I mean, you do know. You've been keeping
そうでし
records.
た。私、船外活動中、宇宙放射線の影響で体内の精密機器が異常を起こしてしまい。
Again,
長い
all of
間
this said
戻れ
optics.
なくなっていたのです。ですが。 本当によかった、撃ち落とさなくて。
Yeah, but who was that
そうです
though?
か。50年ですか。それだけあっても治りませんでしたか。私のボディは。やちおちゃんの肩のパーツが全然見つからなかったの。
I'm glad that she didn't tear apart the other guys. The dead bodies down in the basement.
ただいま戻りました。お客様が。翻訳プログラムも更新しておいたから大体の言葉はわかるはず。
I mean, she already had a ton of languages.
またお越しください。
もしかして人類も。人類はまだ。そうですか。しかしよくここまで運営を続けられましたね。おもてなしは
Yeah, you really updated the aquarium.
ラゼちゃんも家族も手伝ってくれて、もちろんポンコも頑張ったんだよ。
I don't see ECR anywhere.
見て見て、あの子もこんなに大きくなったんだよ。たくさん電気出すようになったの。
Oh, the vial thing.
手渡ししなくてよくなったし、お金はいちいち取りに行かなくてよくなったし、シャンプーも改良したから、どんな地球外生命体の目に入っても全く痛くないんだよ。
You proved in episode 1 you don't always need the head thing.
外観がすごく変わっていますけど、防衛システムをつけたからね。ポコポ
Oh, the bathhouse.
温泉完成したんですか？お客さんにも大
Everything done without Yachio. This is kind of depressing.
すごいでしょ。あれはヤチオちゃんのメモリアル像。ヤチオちゃんはホテルになくてはならない存在だったから。メモリアル。あ、いけない。ごめんね、ヤチオちゃん。今日は早く上がらせてもらうことになってるの。ここのところずっとおばあちゃんの具合が悪
Well,
くて。
she gotta be considerably older now, too.
それじゃ、また明日からよろしくね。
Well, other Tanukis came. These are Tanukians.
私がいなくてもこのホテルはずっと続いてきたんですね。私はホテリエロボットです。ホテルで働くことしかできません。使命を果たさなければ。
I don't know, you can. Not to the same degree. Yeah. Depressing.
汚れなし、水滴なし、カビなし、アメニティよし、シャンプーハットなし。シャンプーハット全室なし。よし。
I mean, you kind of like lost all the shampoo hats in like episode 2.
今日からまたフロントに立たせていただきます。止めないでください。ここを通れないと私は。お手伝いできずにすみません。
Yeah, I legitimately didn't think we were gonna rebuild Yachio like this.
日誌をつけずに帰ってしまいました。全く仕方ないですね。
God. Oh, ECR is still
ポ
around.
ンコさん、そろそろおいとまさせてもらうよ。ポンコさん？おう。
Just a bunch of new characters that we're dealing with now. Sorry, is this one the Tanukian? Yeah. Report to work.
おい、ヤチオは相変わらずミサイルぶっ放してるのか？
Or is that
上
Yachio?
にいたハエトリちゃんが逃げ帰ってきたの。
話を聞いた時は数日で治ると思ったが、完全にグレやがったか。
Again, if they rebuild Yachio and do nothing about the other dead... Yeah, okay, that is her. Very confused me. Okay, no.
今後学芸
Build a
も
robot with
持ってま
legs.
すね
Didn't build legs
いつ
for
まで無駄
Yachio.
欠勤する気なの。あんなに規則に厳しかったのに。いいじゃありませんか。どうせ私にできることなんてないですし。全然そんなことない。みんなやちおちゃんが戻ってきてくれてすっごく嬉しかったのに。うるせえ。
Weird episode.
私はオーナーのキンガローを守らなければならなかったんです。オーナーとの約束があったんです。けれどオーナーのホテルはもうありません。ないのにお客様が喜んでいらっしゃいます。私はどうすればいいんですか。どうするも何もまた働いてよ。ホテルはちゃんとあれじゃない。
Again, if you built this giant robot suit, you could have built that and put Yachio's body in it.
そうです。もう私が守らなくてもいいんです。なんてこと言うの。本当はやちおちゃんと一緒にお客さんがいっぱ
I
い
mean, you made her feel useless, is the problem.
私だってそうでした。キンガローにたくさんのお客様がいるなんて本当に夢のようです。それなのに自分でもわからないんです。不明なエラーが発生してるんです。何かを無償に壊したくなってしまったんです。壊さないと
I mean, I get it.
なかったんです。ちおちゃんの
Is your arse cannon?
バカっていう方が
To no one?
ボンコさんに私のアルゴリズムなんか分かりません。
Ironically, I'm just going back to MS Igloo. This is the conceit for the first 3 episodes of MS Igloo being left behind by the times.
ボンコたちが銀ナロを続けてきたのはやちおちゃんがいたからなんだよ。やちおちゃんが守りたいホテルだから守ってきたの。一生懸命なやちおちゃんを見てたから頑張れたの。あのメモリアル像だってやちおちゃんを忘れないため、きっと帰ってくるって信じ続けるため、そうやって長い時間待ってたの。
But you still moved on.
だったらなぜ涅槃を告したんですか。
I think my point was better. You moved on. And then you brought me back useless.
ただのホテリエロボットです。誰かが私のために尽くしてくれることなんてありえません。尽くすなんて大げさだよ。それにただのホテリエロボットじゃなくてやちおちゃんだから。理解できません。やちおちゃんの代わりはいないの。みんなやちおちゃんが大好きなんだよ。理解できません。相手のことを分かろうとするのはホテリエの基本なんでしょ。私はならポンコのことだって分かろうとしてよ。
心を通わせるとはどういうことかを理解し、
I mean, it's fucking stupid. It's still getting to me a little bit.
私銀河楼でまた働きたい。ポンコもやちおちゃんと働き
Also, didn't need to make that noise, Yachio. You don't breathe.
私も涙が出るんだ。そのボディでも。というわけでやちおちゃんがまた職場に復帰します。皆さん、この度はロボットにあるまじき思春期および反抗期により
I guess the tank treads at least to let her go up and down the stairs.
今後はグレないよう気をつけます。申し訳ありませんでした。改めましてよろしくお願いいたします。それじゃあ支配人代理の代理の代理として命じます。やちおちゃんは今日からまた支配人代理の代理として頑張ってください。ありがとうございます。支配人代理の代理の代理であるポンコさんからの辞令を受け、 支配人代理の代理を務めさせていただきます。
Again,
やちおちゃん
you see the cracks wearing into all the other robots.
ようやく戻ってきやがったか。
私今回のことを改めて考え
I
ま
would
した
say it only gets long for the robots anymore, but the element of
ホテルを守ることではないと
super long lived as it is already.
これからは大切なオーナーの言葉を受け継ぎつつ、これまでに得た経験とポンコさんたちの考えを持ち合ってこの銀河楼を守っていきましょう。それぞれが
Innovation.
ホテルに
That's
残
like one of the
せるもの
rules
がある
too.
はずですから。ホテルに残すものか。では早速シャンプーハットを再設置してきます。えあなたに出会った
Yeah, again, I think the ending credits thing is literally going to be a memories book. Because I feel like this show is going to go to the very end where all of our characters, from the first 3 episodes are essentially going to pass on. Like, I have no idea what happened to Alien. He seemed to be doing alright 4 episodes ago. You know, when we met the 2 tentacle guys, or 2 tentacle people, rather. And that was like hundreds of years afterwards, so apparently long-lived as well. Sorry, I didn't know if we were going to get next time on this time. I know we never do, but that one time, so you never can be sure. I feel like we're dipping our toes back into the darkness. I feel like maybe next episode, Grandma is going to die. Because I feel like that's being hinted at. And once we start expressing the mortality of one character, everybody is back on the table, right? And again, we've essentially, I don't know if I can say this. This episode showed the idea of everything moving on without you, kind of a disabilities episode. It is. I feel like maybe this is why this episode starts striking me emotionally, because it kind of hits in a lot of places. And I guess it has a stupid over-the-top robot battle scene for the people who are watching it for that, since, they're hitting all the bases. We had a Sentai episode, now we got a super robot fight. But, I feel like this had real emotionality. I might even go so far as to say this might be the best episode so far. Like, on one hand, I feel the most unhappy about it, but I feel unhappy about it due to investment and seeing where the characters are going. But on the other hand, it's the emotionality that I wanted from the first episode and the trailer, right? It's everything I've been asking for. It's not in the package that I wanted, but at the same time, I can see what they're going for, and it still has the hints of everything that I wanted to begin with. Again, just not in the same package. So, if there is, again, 9, 10, 11, 12 to go, I'm kind of excited to see what comes from that, and I hope they don't drop the ball. I hope that they've built up a fun, happy show just to slowly tear it down with the loss of our characters. Like, I don't want this, but I would be... See, it's the thing, it's like when Die Buster, right? When we lose the character and then see the other emotional ending from Gunbuster coming down at the end of Die Buster. The idea that if we were to end this show with Yachio even in a worse position, but like with Panko also kind of like dying off from old age, happy to have spent her life with Yachio and maybe with that other Tanuki guy by her side and have a big old family, that life well lived but still dying ending. That'd be a good ending. I mean, I'd be sad. I'd be fucking sad, but at the same time, it'd be exactly that darkness that I was looking for in the show to begin with. I don't know. Again, I think I'll have more thoughts about this when I come back with more thoughts, right? So for now, I think I'm going to wrap up here before I get buried in my own emotions on this. So for now, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?